They call it the human blockhead. But before I go too far and all that, I can just turn things over to her and she'll tell you all about what she does. So here she is, the lovely Ivy.
Now, as he said, I am Ivy, but I'm also known as the human blockhead, and I'm going to tell you a little story about how I got that moniker. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah!
Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. So once upon a time, a long, long time ago, I think it was a Tuesday, I was a little girl. And I was one of those little girls, I like to put things up my nose. I put Tic Tacs, I put pennies, I put a nail up there. But I just couldn't get that satisfaction I was looking for. It just wasn't big enough. You ever had that problem?
Well.
So one night while I was asleep in my box under the stairs, I had a dream. You like Star Wars?
Yeah!
Well, it was a Star Wars dream. There was spaceships, there was lightsabers, there was Darth Vader, and Yoda appeared to me in this dream, and he said, Ivy, use the forks. I might have got that wrong. So the next morning, as I was contemplating my breakfast, waiting on the bus to take me to the school for criminally insane children, I decided
No, I can tell what's going to happen.
You gotta clean it off first.
Sure. Obviously. Oh.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Whoa.
And lo and behold, it fits! Thank you. You want more?
Yeah.
No!
There's some sick people. I like you. Alright. Well, so I was pretty happy with this. I was pretty satisfied for a little while, but eventually I wanted even more. And one night I had another dream, and it was a breakfast cereal montage. There was Cocoa Puffs, there was marshmallows, there was milk everywhere. And Captain Crunch appeared to me, wielding a piece of toast in one hand and a stick of butter in the other. There it is. And he said, use the butter knife. I thought I'd give it a try. You think I can do it?
Yeah.
Your vote of confidence is overwhelming. Oh, hit a bone.
You probably can't see, but she had stuck
And look, Nolan
a
fits.
tiny fork and a tiny butter knife up each nostril of her nose.
Yeah.
And I am...
Tickles memory. Don't try this at home. I'm special. I rode the short bus to school.
Oh.
There's a reason. But that is why they call me the human blockhead. Thank you very much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first act of the show. How are you guys enjoying it so far? Now, I know there's more of you in here than that. How are you enjoying the show? Good. Now we're going to keep things rolling with my first act of the show. And it involves, well, something that some of you might be familiar with. I know we live out here in the Southwest and we always have to deal with little critters running around. Yeah, horrible things. So for our next act, we're actually going to do a little bit of a twofer thing. I'll do one and Ivy will do one. And I'm just going to bring myself a chair up here. It's not for me to sit in, it's for me to set something in. And that's this right here. Now this is a steel animal trap. Now what I do is I set this trap and we're going to put something inside, and don't worry, we don't use cotter pin. He'll come out later and perform for you guys. There's going to be something I'm, well, kind of attached to. My right hand. A lot of you guys are laughing. Thanks. I see how it is. It's that kind of show. Now, I am going to ask you guys to help me out with a little bit of a countdown. We're going to start at 3, work our way down to 1, and then hand meets seal. Sound like fun?
Yeah. Not for you.
Oh, good. Sir, you might leave if this doesn't sound like fun. Oh, good. That's the right attitude. So here we go. 3,
2, 1.
Gonna make me cry. As you can see, I'm kind of stuck. Do you want to help me out? Why are we sending the mine? Now she's gonna help. Oh, Now, folks, don't worry though, because you see, they still do work. Now, of course, I can't be left alone in that. Ivy does her own version of that act. Of course, she uses a different type of trap. It's mousetrap. Now, where does this mousetrap go? Well, she's not going to use a finger, a hand. Oh no, she's going to use something a lot more sensitive. Her tongue.
Big glad you can't see this clearly.
You don't need cheese for her to do the act. So she's going to set it. And just like with me, we're going to do a countdown for her too, so she can get into that mindset. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. How you doing? You want that all?
We can't hear you.
She's got a trick.
Some's got her tongue.
Now, a lot of people might think that she's through and will take applause. But she's not done, because she has to always one-up me. So this is when power tools come into the show. It's her biggest fan, actually. It's a comedy show. That's what keeps us family friendly. Now you might notice we haven't plugged in, and there's a reason for that. I'm just going to power it up. She's going to test the own limits of her. Are we not getting power? Take care of power. Hang on, guys. Technical difficulties beyond our capable hands. We'll get power going here.
Lego,
This is what happens. Oh, hang on, guys. Tech issues. You want to do one more while we wait for power? You got the drill?
Is that a chainsaw still over there?
This is a live show, guys. We'll keep it entertaining you as long as we have to. So, I was going to use, well, something else.
Oh my
It's
god,
still a power tool.
my hat's still over there.
But don't worry. It's only a drill. I said it was a comedy show. I didn't say we were funny.
Ouch.
Now what she's going to do...
Fan.
Oh, now we have the fan? Okay, we'll come back to that one later then. We'll just make it a teaser.
Fandango.
We have a spinning fan on stage without a safety guard on it. This surely is the safest show you're going to see this weekend.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, just leave it spinning. That's cool air, actually. I'll stand over here. Now, what I was going to do with that drill is, well, like we said, the act's called the human blockhead. It's not because their head's made out of wood. Oh, no. It's because we treat it like a block of wood. Sometimes people bang nails into it. Well, she likes to just drill holes into it. Our mother's so proud.
She's sticking the...
She gets drilled on stage.
What was that? Is that a family show?
And that's just the starting bit.
Hey now, you're stealing my lines. Just because you've seen the show 20 times doesn't mean you get to get ahead of me.
And it.
I'm sorry.
I'm just being.
Hey, do you want to do the fan one since we haven't spinning? Okay. I was not going to leave you guys hanging. We still got the fan going. She's just going to put up her tools because you forgot to clean that off.
As long as you aren't full of
Okay, anyway.
Well, no
See,
fanfare either.
This is the really dirty show.
Stop.
Because we're not cleaning anything and we're just going to keep rushing through things.
Should I just film you guys instead?
Now you're in 80s rock style. One of those hair bands. Alright. This is also how Ivy says she gets the taste of my mother's cooking out of her mouth.
Oh no.
She's sticking her nose onto the...
I was expecting just blood everywhere after that.
Now I know what a lot of you are thinking.
It must not be that
What
sharp.
is wrong with these people?
Yes!
We understand. As I said at the start of the show, myself and the rest of the team are keeping an art form alive. The Smithsonian recognizes the sideshow as the only American art form. Really? Everybody thinks I make that up. If you go to the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C., you will see a large exhibit dedicated to sideshow. if you happen to go in there at a certain period of time, you will see a show that we actually started in, me and Ivy, called The World of Wonders. It's the oldest traveling sideshow in America. If you go in there on a very special day, you'll see a Carnival Epsilon banner hanging in there.
And you hear the same too.
Mine. I don't say that to brag, I just say because of the work that we do, we have been included into their display. We're quite proud of that fact.
With the other relatives.
So, realize they really take this stuff seriously. Don't ask me why. Now, what are we doing next? Is it my turn? What am I doing? I don't know, we got all kinds of things.
Fan dance.
Oh, you want to do the thing? Oh, look. I knew we were going to get to this. See, they're wanting you guys to see my signature act since I'm talking about myself. You guys want to see it?
Yeah!
Okay. So, for my next act, I have to give a little bit of a prelude. Guys, the next act I'm about to perform is one of the most dangerous acts in the show. It is an act that's so dangerous, it has landed me in the hospital not once, not twice, but now 3 times.
You're staying on stage.
Yeah. The scarier part about this is the gentleman that trained me, I was his last student, because shortly after I learned this act, he was hospitalized. Took 3 surgeries to repair the damage that this act did to him. And I still perform it in almost every show.
Train the dog.
Good. Now I was going to come up here
Oh, I like it.
with something you probably have in your very own home. Are we?
Not electricity.
Oh. Thank you, Thomas Edison. You gave us electricity and unfortunately didn't let Tesla give us wireless everything.
Right? But thanks, Webco, for the electric bill that someone didn't pay.
Yeah, are we set now? Excellent, thank you. Now, what we like to do is, are we sure we're set?
No.
Oh, there it goes. I just didn't have it screwed in all the way. Now, we like to warm up the light bulb. That way I get at least a warm meal today. I love to see the horrified look in people's faces when they realize what comes next.
Are we in for a shock?
A lot of people call this a light snack. A lot of people recognize this as one of the most horrific things you will ever hear in your lifetime.
Lashes.
I call it lunch. I'll let you hang on to that.
That's the glass straw.
Now this is where I get to decide on how twisted I want to be. This act also
Why am I
breaks
peeking through my
every
fingers?
rule of steampunk etiquette. Talking with your mouth full, playing with your food,
Eating the fixtures.
eating people's light fixtures. The hotel will be sending me a bill later for the light bulb. You don't think we paid for these things?
Just eat an onion ball. Yeah, you just took them from the ceiling.
A lot of people also though have to ask questions about this act, like why a light bulb? We pretty much get that one all the time, right, Squeaks? Yeah. So let me put your mind at ease.
Tastes better than onion bulbs?
No, it's actually better than anything my mom ever made as a kid, so. I see, I eat the light bulb and you're horrified about what I said.
Yeah, that's about right.
As you're talking with your mouth full.
Now, a lot of people wonder what exactly happens to the light bulb. Well, guys, it really is called glass seeding. Because when I'm done, all the glass will be gone. It doesn't go back into the bottle. When I'm through, no glass, no water. It does indeed go all the way down.
No intestines.
Funny thing about this is, there's no mic. What you're hearing is just the echo in the room.
I'm impressed to say scrunchy and milk.
I didn't mean that. By the way, scary as well. Only problem though is sometimes one gets stuck in your teeth. And that's where this comes in.
Oh, there we go.
Built-in toothpick.
Don't sneeze, you might blow a fuse.
You know, the best part about this is tomorrow morning, there's some of you that are going to go and try to eat a bowl of cereal. And the minute you hear that crunch, weeks later, when you're haunted by the sound, post to our Facebook. That way I know that I did my job.
Now there's a Captain Crunch with glass.
I gave up eating cereal altogether.
It stays electrified even in milk.
Only thing that stays crunchy, even in milk.
Have you seen this before? No, but I saw it in the Smithsonian. Same jokes.
So you have.
You memorized it.
And folks, water's gone. And life is in. Now, folks, we don't want you guys to think we're going to leave you out. Oh no, because we're going to have a chance for an audience member to actually come up and get to be part of the show. Now, before we get started, of course, we're going to get the glass out of here.
And of course, it's only the guys.
That's why we put the rug down to keep everybody safe.
If I'm going to heckle, I may as well throw my shirt. You want to throw my hat in there.
What'd you say?
Actually, everything but the hat.
Why are you leaving?
Me too.
Okay. Now, I said, guys, give us a minute. Everybody's got their hands up. You guys don't even know what's going to happen. For all you know, we're going to come up here, lock you in a small space,
Some of us like that. But we get to miss the
and then
rest of the
suddenly
show.
people start laughing. No, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to do a very special act that I like to do that involves a few of these. Now, this is where I wish I had a mic stand, but it's all right.
Eat the sword.
Okay, thank you.
Is that a sword that's machete?
Now, what I have is I've got 4.
I like how the mercenary does. He calls it after dinner snack, all right?
There we go. I'm waiting on my veg. Only time you'll ever see me with veg in the show. It's a fruit, veg, it doesn't matter. Now these are 4 very sharp blades. And what happens is, let me give those. Now, how are you going to do this? Hold those in. See where? Okay. You know we're in a weird show when we're having to ad-lib this much. Now, to make sure each and every one of them is still sharp as the first one before it, we will cut every single blade. Now, what's going to happen is once all these blades are shown to be, indeed, razor sharp, I'm going to lay on those blades.
But if you cut the blades,
This is where audience participation comes in. I only need one more. No, it's been on the floor. Weird people.
Glass bulb.
What is it with people eating the stuff off the floor?
There's the guy who ate the glass bulb.
Yeah, but you don't know what those are.
We're hungry.
Cons.
We're starving congoers.
Yeah, I know. Starving congoers.
Give us more food.
So, will you quit moving?
Ron Zucchini.
There are other ways to test the sharpness of these.
Yeah,
I
mutilation.
like how people laugh at that. What if I'm serious?
Do it
anyway.
You are.
Well, what am I?
It's not that we know you are, we just
Anyway, so, this is the scary part. Just one more slice on a thin thing. Now, I'll give that to you. Now, what I need is a person of a certain quality, of a certain stature. Sir, if you'll come up here and join me. Now, just so you guys don't think there's a trick, that there's some padding, some protection, something between me and the blades, I like to take my shirt off. Hey.
Power chicken bow wow.
You sure we shouldn't be paying for this?
I'm having a busy evening. Anyway, so no padding, no protection, nothing between me and the blades. Shirt comes off. Hang on to that for later. Now, sir, what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to take a step up on top of me. It's going to be your weight and mine, and just for the audience, roughly how much do you weigh? 200 pounds. So you're 200, I'm 200, that's 400 pounds on 4 blades. That's 100 pounds a piece, right?
Oh, no.
Works out well. Takes 7 pounds of force to break human skin. This is bad all the way around. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have the young ladies help you out because we don't want you to fall on the blade. So one will be on one side and one will be on the other, and I'll walk you through it. Okay. Now, of course, I got to get situated first. I like how people are like freaking
How the SUV was playing the trumpet, I'll never know. You ever hear the Marx Brothers? I shut it open in my pajamas last night. What he was doing in my pajamas, I'll never know. That was the joke.
Alright. Come on up.
Much like him, your joke's coming up short.
Alright. First put them right here.
I know
right there.
Oh!
Now, folks, as you can see, nothing's leaking out. It never breaks skin.
It broke physics.
Yeah, I broke physics.
Like you broke glass.
Anybody ever get any ideas to mess with us? Remember, this is what we do to ourselves. Now we're going to give you guys a little bit of break from the dangerous stuff. You might notice there's a little guy hanging out up here on the stage.
Run, dog, run!
I see how you are. You know what they say about whenever working with kids or pets? Youngest member of the team and the star of the show. If you follow him on Facebook, we actually video his adventures. He sleeps in the bed while some of the crew sleep on the floor. He gets recognized more than the rest of us. But there's a good reason, because he does some awesome stuff. So let me turn things over to him while we get set up for the next act.
Nailed it! Yeah! Good dog. Good dog with a hoop.
They told us we couldn't do fire in here for obvious reasons.
Don't make this open line.
Fire anyway!
Bang.
All right, now we've got ourselves ready to go. Oh, sorry, there we go. Whew. We're trained professionals, remember that. Now, I like how people laugh at that one. Now, Ivy's getting herself ready for her next act, because you see, we know we're carnies and there's a reputation about us. If you watch Carnival, you know most carnies are criminals. It's okay, we understand, that's something that goes back to the heyday of our business. But we always knew how to get out of trouble. And Ivy's going to show you her own take on that, because right now we're going to strap her into a straitjacket. Now, of course, you know she's a steampunk because her straitjacket matches everything else in the show.
Brass?
We're kind of blue.
No, you're white.
Oh!
What? I get it.
Yeah. Anyway. Didn't want to go there.
That's the one that hurts.
It's not that kind of show. Now, Squeaks is getting her strapped in. And once she's secure, we're going to let you guys make sure that each and every one of those buckles is strapped in. She's locked in tight, she's secure. She's not going anywhere. Or at least that's what you think. Now, this act actually began long ago with Harry Houdini when he was first performing inside circus tents, just like we started our career. And then he issued what was called the Great Escape. It was a challenge to any Victorian that could bring a device, apparatus, or machine that could contain the magician. He also offered a very large reward. He went to his grave with not a single person ever collecting a dime. We do this act as a little tradition to him. As you can see, Ivy's strapped in. Now here's the fun part, because we're going to see if she can get out of it quicker than we got her into it. Whenever you're ready, Ivy.
3, 2, 1.
Now, for those of you that are close, if you hear it pop, don't worry. It's just Ivy making a little space, dislocating her shoulder. It's a little tight for her, so she's got to get her glasses off.
Ivy's got herself by the roots.
Come on, Ivy. Now, see, this is where the fun part comes. Every guy knows this challenge. Unstrapping something behind your back. Try it in mittens. A few guys got that one. Ladies are all trying to figure it out. Now, canvas actually grips. That's why they use it. It holds firmly against the skin. So what Ivy's doing is she's actually holding her breath. That's why I talk, because she really can. She's making herself enough space to get that tight jacket over her clothes, off her body. She's working it. She's almost there. And ladies and gentlemen, we have her. She's got it. Okay.
That wasn't fast.
Now do you want to do the oh, we already did that one. Oh, I know what's a good
No, I
one.
want to press it. Put the dog.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Now we're going to do an act that, well, goes back to our first photo shoot. It was an act we introduced back into the sideshow. And there's good reason, because this is probably one of the most dangerous things that we do with each other. And it involves, well, a couple of different things. But most importantly of all, let me get it. We have this right here. Some people juggle these. Some people do weird stuff with them. We do, well, a classic act of the Victorian era. Even today, if you go down to Midways, there's always that guy that's carving logs into wonderful sculptures. I thought that was really awesome, so I thought I'd do it in the show too. Now, of course, I don't have time to make a big fancy sculpture, so I have to work with something a lot smaller. An apple.
Run, dog.
Now, what we do, though, since it is so small, someone, of course, has to hold it. That's what Squeak's for. Don't worry, she's just a mime. That way we don't have any screams.
And no one will miss her.
No, honey, we're hoping someone misses
He
her.
went there, not me.
We're hoping he misses her, okay? That's the problem.
Now, Squeaks is going to hold the apple for me. No, not like that. You might
Never
lose
hear
a
it
finger.
coming.
We'll do the... Now, I know you guys are going to think we're crazy, but what she's going to do, she's actually going to hold it in her mouth for me.
See, you won't hear her scream.
Come to this side.
There's no hearing experience.
Plug in.
It's not actually that.
And then I'm going to carve the apple. So it'll just be like Thanksgiving dinner when you have little piggy on the table and somebody carves into them.
You're probably correct.
Sweet.
I was waiting for reactions. People are all looking at me like this might be another bad idea. We've done good so far, right?
Only if the plug works.
Obviously, somebody wants to see you bleed. It's that guy right over there.
You're pointing the wrong direction.
All right,
I'm
I'll let you hold the mic.
This is a little chainsaw.
Get the cord, dog. Get the cord. That's you.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. Well, yeah, that is part of it, but we never said we were safe. We're about to take a chainsaw to a girl's face.
She needs goggles, obviously.
No, what we're thinking is this isn't dangerous enough. You guys have been a really good audience, so we should take it up one more level, shouldn't we?
Yeah!
I don't know. What do you guys think over here? Should we go a little more? All right, so that's what we're going to do. So not only am I going to carve this apple, I'm going to do it blindfolded.
I was way more enthusiastic than I would need.
It'll be all right.
He won't see a thing.
So today I'll see it.
No.
That better be them.
What's the arting? I can't tell what it... Oh, I guess he didn't actually make
what, Route Rushmore? You can't do a whole lot with an app.
Now, for those of you kids that think that's a good idea, no.
Use the train mind, we understand.
Oh, how are we doing time-wise? Nobody's got this.
Alright, that'll
Okay.
have to be it for the show, so I
Now,
have
folks,
enough tonight
We've
for
got one more for you.
the ball.
Now, for our next act,
If
we need three very simple things. First, of course, me. I do the act. Secondly, we need audience participation. The more of you that get involved in this act, the more dangerous this gets. But that's not all. We've got one more thing we're going to use.
Waivers!
This right here. It's most commonly known as a staple gun. Because when it boils down to it, we know we're just carnies and we're after your buck, but we try to give you your money's worth. So, if you have a 1 or a 5, you can come up and staple it anywhere to expose skin. That's why I said me.
Aww.
We don't let the other girls do it because that gets dangerous.
Of course not, that'd be rude.
Now, if you're a little bit bigger spender, you can take a 20 and actually tack it right to my forehead. Now, if you're a really big spender or you just want to make sure that we actually get a meal here at A-Kon, you can take a 50 and go right to my tongue.
It's a bit much for me. I'll do the
Now, a lot of people might get a little bit squeamish about this, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our hat out. This is kind of our way of taking tips in the show for the performance. Now, also before we get started, there are a couple of rules to this just to keep it safe for me.
Don't try to kill you.
Yeah, that's why we do this. First, of course, the neck and wrist are out. I know I'm a carny, but I have a life and I'd like to keep doing what I do for a living. Secondly, we have to ask that you use American currency.
No yen?
You guys all, but try to take money that has staple holes in it to the bank and get it exchanged. Also, we don't know the exchange value. It's not nice when somebody tacks like $1, like less than $1 to your throat.
Ask for change.
True story. The reason these rules exist is because somebody created them. Third, we ask that you avoid the tattoos and piercings I paid to get them put on. I'd like to keep them undamaged. Finally, we also have to include this one. Please don't staple yourself. You laugh, but it happened during the show.
Someone miss?
No, someone actually did staple themselves. And we had to throw the gun out because we do try to be clean about this. I don't know where you guys have been. So now to get started, I know a lot of people might be a little bit paranoid about this. They might think, oh no, we don't really do this. So what I have here. This is
that's a really maniacal smile face.
before she starts us out.
Never heard it coming.
I'll let you do it.
So folks, if you'd like to come on up, don't be shy, don't be afraid. As long as there's still time, there's still time. Now I want to see you pull this one off. Oh.
Ooh, is that me? I thought he was going to blow it up with a staple remover.
Oh, there's no kid going up.
Now folks, as I said, we'll have a hat out if you're a little bit scared and you don't feel like you might be up for this. Or, if you're thinking about it, let me put it to you this way. It's a memory you'll have for the rest of your life. You can get a picture of this. Think about it, A-Kon 25. You came, you saw a Freakshow. You got to get a photo of yourself stapling a human being.
It'll be the staple of all conversations.
You can tell your friends about it. You can tell that guy, hey, have you ever stapled somebody? Come right on up, guys.
What's that one time at the office?
10 seconds, 20
Have you stapled someone?
Oh, you want to go for the forehead, huh?
I hope they finish up soon. I'm running out of batteries.
Somebody's got to go to the forehead. Yeah, we're getting prepped for the 20. Here on 2 whole days.
What?
Oh, well that works too. You going for the 20 and the 10? Or just, oh, well, shoot, of course you can go to the forehead here. I'll let you hold mine.
You coming to go get a cup of?
like that cackle there.
You notice he laughed at that. There are people that are... Now the cool thing about this is you guys keep watching because you want to see what happens next. I'll keep going as long as the money keeps flowing. We can see if we break my record. I've taken 110 staples after one show in less than 10 minutes. Oh, hey. Here, let me come on down. We don't let the kids miss out too. We'll let them come in. They of course have no empathy.
It's me.
We do a Halloween party every year for a bunch of little kids, and they are the worst.
Your dad.
They will keep begging for money till their parents say no.
Go for the net, Jenny. Go.
Yeah, we've got another round too, just avoid the ink. We've got the front, the back, the sides.
Diagonally.
Diagonally.
Zigzagging option.
Thank you so much. Folks, let me take a minute while we've got everybody up here and we're doing this. I, of course, always have to thank my wonderful crew. The lovely ladies behind me, sweets, right here. The lovely lady in green, Miss Epsilon herself, Ivy. If you guys are around, you can come by our booth. We're set up in Artist Alley. Also, tomorrow night, the Goblin Market is going on. We'll be back then performing for acts that were too dangerous and too dark for us to do in here.
I'm gonna end this here. I'm running out of battery again. So
come see us there.
all that's gonna happen is it's gonna keep stapling until people get bored. Alright.
No,
Till
no,
the
no.
Of course,